Three creepy things I'm enjoying this Halloween week. Hey, it's Halloween week. It's Keith Hayden, and I've been leaning into the eerie, the haunting, and the thought-provoking. Here are three things I'm digging into lately and what you can take from them, especially if you're a storyteller or a creative type. One is Blood Music by Greg Bear, a 1985 bio-horror novel. At first, I hesitated to pick this one up. It's nearly 40 years old. I mean, how much could a biotech horror novel from 1985 really have to say in 2025? Wouldn't the tech be outdated? Wouldn't it not be relevant 40 years later? It turns out it's got a lot to say. Itself, the premise is a hook. A scientist injects his own experimental biochips to smuggle them out of a lab after he's fired. And the fallout becomes a meditation on consciousness control and mutation of not just the body, but the mind and spirit. But the bigger surprise was rediscovering the library itself. Yeah, that's right. I checked this one out from my local branch. It's about a 15-minute walk from my place. That act alone, walking in, scanning the shelves, leaving with a physical book, asking the guy behind the counter for search help or recommendations, that reconnected me with a sense of forgotten community. It's easy to think libraries are for students or retirees, that they're dead, but they're also for adults who want to discover, and I encourage you to head back to one. Go and find a book, even though it can be easier to get books off of Amazon. Just walk into, when's the last time you went into a library? And I mean, if you have kids, then maybe it was recent, but if you don't, then maybe it's been a while. So the thought I had for this one was, don't overlook old stories or old spaces. Some of the freshest inspiration comes from rediscovering what others have already built. 2, Hollow Knight Silk Song by Team Cherry. A surprise drop in early September 2025, Hollow Knight Silk Song continues to delight the internet with well-woven world building and its old-school ball-crushing difficulty. Yeah, it's hard. This thing will have you wanting to crash out or rage quit. Despite the difficulty, I finished the game once. 33 hours of tight platforming, labyrinthine world design, and haunting soundscapes. But I'm replaying it now, this time in English instead of Japanese. Why? Because some worlds deserve a second descent, and I really enjoy this world. Silksong's atmosphere hits that sweet spot between beauty and decay. Ruined cathedrals, whispered prayers, a kingdom rotting beneath the surface under divine control, crushed by a ruthless deity. It's technically not horror, but it lingers in the same emotional register. You get that sense of isolation, the loneliness, the obsession, the reverence. It's really well crafted and well put together. I originally planned to move on because the game was so damn difficult to the next game right after, but Farloom snared me in silken embrace. Slowing down to re-experience it has been a good thing. So the thought I had after this one is, don't rush to the next thing. Great art reveals new layers when you revisit it slowly, without the pressure to finish. Sit with the work that moves you, and study why it does. 3. The Saw franchise, 2004 to present. I used to watch every new Saw movie when it dropped, one per Halloween. It was like the turn of the damn seasons for me. I had a good friend and I from high school. We used to get together and watch it even after we graduated. Revisiting them now on Hulu feels like stepping back into a time capsule of early 2000s fears, surveillance, punishment, the illusion of control. They're gory, sure, bloody, a little bit messy, but underneath the blood is structure. Morality plays disguised as torture chambers. And now, as a storyteller, I see it differently. Every trap is a narrative question. What would you do to survive your own choices? Would you play the game? Here's the thought I had after this one. Revisit your old favorites with creative eyes. Every piece of media you once loved can teach you something about pacing, tone, or moral tension, even the bad stuff. If you rewatch it to learn, make sure it's to learn, not just to relive. Intuitively, there's a reason you liked it. Find out why. And that's going to do it for this quick list. Let me know what you thought of this. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing this, but if you find it interesting, maybe I'll make it more of a recurring thing. If you want more horror, check out my upcoming novel, Serious and Limnic Escape from Okinawa Type B. The first document is up on Substack, and you can find the link in the description. Thanks for listening. See you next time.